All right, so this is another episode of Art and Our Entertainment. I'm going to be talking about the X-Men, as you can see. And basically, this article is talking about how Emma Frost should be the de facto leader when X-Men inevitably makes its return to the big screen in the MCU. I think that's cool. I don't have no problem with it. It actually falls in line with the topic that I want to discuss. But they said in the article that she had some spotlight shown on her in a Wolverine movie and also X-Men First Class. She was a henchman of the Hellfire Club. And I really like that First Class movie. That was actually one of my favorite X-Men movies. That and Days of Future Past. Those are my two favorite X-Men movies. I would put Logan in there, but Logan is, it's Logan. It's him. It's just him. But but anyways, I thought this article was interesting, especially the first half. So let's jump into it. This article is saying a lot of interesting things. Like I said before, it's saying that Emma Frost should have a more prominent role in the future movies, because in these comics for the last couple decades, she's had a very big part to play in a lot of story arcs, which is phenomenal. Like I said, I thought she was cool in X-Men First Class. And it's also saying something that I wanted to really touch on myself, that Wolverine, Magneto, and Professor Xavier have been, just oversaturated. We just see them so much to the point that it takes away from the rest of the X-Men. And look, I get it. Those three characters are some of the most prominent characters in X-Men lore. I get it. But what I'm saying is they focus so much on those three characters that it's taken away from other characters being able to shine their light. And I think that the future movies of X-Men have suffered because of it, which is also what this article is trying to say. And I thought that was pretty interesting. It makes me think about how cool the other characters are, but they don't get any spotlight because, Wolverine, and, he's so cool. But at the same time, it's like you got all these other characters, specifically the group that, the original group that Wolverine starts off with. Well, at least in the cartoons, he has Cyclops, he has he has Beast, he has Storm, Jean Grey, Gambit, Jubilee. You could throw Jubilee in there. And I was just talking to my wife and I was just saying, dude, some of those X-Men are Omega level characters, right? I'm not Now, I'm a nerd, but I'm not too into who's Omega level and all that. But I'm pretty sure Storm should be she should be given more spotlight. You know what I mean? I always thought it was odd that she wasn't considered one of the most powerful and it wasn't emphasized because she controls the weather. I mean, that's incredible. Like, come on, who could really mess with her? Because she controls the weather. But also, I always felt like Cyclops got a bad deal. Like, they made Cyclops such a wimp in the movies, and if you look at I don't know about the comics. I can't vouch for the comics, but I'm pretty sure obviously he was dope in the comics. But as far as just my knowledge goes to the cartoons of the 90s. Dude, Cyclops was the man. Whenever there was trouble, he was the leader. So he was like, we got to get to it. We got to get focused. We got to make sure that we come together and we save these people, or we fix this situation that could get out of hand. And Wolverine, for as cool as he was always the one dipping out of dipping out when the trouble started. And then, but eventually he would come and help. But I mean, dude, Cyclops was the man for the X-Men. So I just think there's all these characters that did not get their just due. And I think that, them shedding so much light on just only a small sum of the X-Men has hurt them, and it shows. So I think that when they eventually make these new X-Men movies, obviously they're gonna focus on Wolverine. He's gonna do his thing. He's gonna get off just like Magneto and Professor X. But I think they definitely need to make a conscious effort to showcase the powers and give more story to the rest of the X-Men, right? Because if you're gonna really bring these guys to the new MCU, and to my knowledge, you're gonna make these make the X-Men the cornerstone of the MCU for the next, I don't know, decade, you should probably invest in giving all these characters more spotlight. Gambit too. You know what I'm saying? I think I said Gambit. I mean, he's the shit too. So, but yeah, rant done. Hey, look, you guys, I'm back. I know that was long-winded, but I forgot someone. I forgot about Rogue, man. How could I forget about Rogue, man? She was the, you know what I mean? In the first movie, she was awesome. She was awesome in that first X-Men movie for sure.